Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the Hipdot and Critical Role collaboration. This is the Mighty Nein collaboration that they came out with, and this was up for pre-order back in September, and it just barely shipped to me, and today is January 21st. I think I got it yesterday, so quite a long wait and quite a long pre-order. It's not currently available on their website. So if you ordered it, then you've got it, but if you didn't order it, you probably won't be able to get it. I did send Hipdot an email asking if they had any more that they were going to put on their website, and they got back to me and said that if they ended up having some extra stock after they sent stuff out and replaced anything that got broken, etc., that it would go up on their website. So potentially a small number of them might go back on their website, but I really don't know. So kind of bought this going in blind, right? It's a pre-order and really just had no idea if what the quality is going to be like. I've never ordered anything from Hipdot. I've talked long enough. Let's take a look at the inside. Let's just take a look at this. So take a look at the cover. Super cool. And the back cover. And then you open it up on the inside and there's all the characters. I feel obviously the reason that I got this is packaging, right? The packaging is really, really beautiful, and the embossings are just stunning. So it's 3 lipsticks, a highlighter, and an eyeshadow palette. So let's take a look at the highlighter first. It's kind of this pale gold shade. And let me see if you'll be able to see. All of that is embossed on there, and it's kind of like a very they're almost sticking out of stone or something. It's a very deep embossing. So I don't think it'll focus, but it's very, very cool, and it's the characters faces. Let's actually swatch this too. I haven't touched any of this stuff yet, and it's very cool, but it is something that will be used. So I'm just gonna swatch that. It's kind of a creamy formula, not incredibly creamy, but yeah. And the pan is actually a little bit loose, it's kind of moving. But that's the highlighter. And it is a little bit creamy. That looks very pretty though. I'd say it's not blinding or chunky, but it seems like a very smooth, it seems nice. So we'll see how it actually is when I apply it. So I'm just gonna pull these out, swatch them, and then we'll do some makeup together and try them on. Then they had 3 lipsticks. They've got this dark, a dark purple, and this also just all around the sides has embossing of the characters, and then the tip of the lipstick has Critical Roles emblem, insignia, whatever, logo, there we go. But this looks like a super fun vampy purple, so we're just gonna give that a swatch. Seems fairly matte. Kind of like a creamy matte. So, and I will swatch these on my lips too after this. And then we've got kind of like a rose red. There's that one. And of course the embossing of their logo is coming off pretty much immediately. And then this one is a peach, a nude peach. Oh, it's pretty sheer. Oh, that's very interesting. This feels like a different formula than the other two. The other two seemed matte, and this one seems creamy and quite sheer. Oh, and sparkly. It's got golden sparkles in it. I did not realize that. Yeah, so this is a totally different formula. Totally different thing going on. And then this is their eyeshadow palette. And I believe the sleeve matches the cover, which is great. That's the back. And then you open it up, and these are the shades. There is one pressed glitter in here, which I don't personally wear pressed glitter very often, and I don't really like it around my eyes. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. There's also embossings in these. The embossings in the mattes are a lot more like clear than the embossing in the shimmers. So let's swatch these shades. Let's set that down. Okay. We've got this matte white. Seems decent. A silver. The silver is definitely like a squishy, putty kind of shade. And it's quite sheer and chunky. Yeah, the texture on that is definitely sheer and chunky. I would wear a glitter glue under that, even though it's not technically a glitter. Matte black. That's feeling incredibly nice. I really hope that these apply well because they're swatching beautifully. They feel really good. This is maybe a dual chrome. Let's see. It's kind of like, yeah. So it's got a purple base and then a gold shift. Seems like a dual chrome. It's a little bit squishy, but it's not as squishy as the silver. Yeah, so that's a purple, kind of like a dusty purple base with a golden shift. Then we have this shade, which seems like a standard peachy brown with peach undertone. We've got two more mattes, this red and that purple. These are feeling incredibly pigmented. I'm actually surprised because I feel like everything I've heard about Hipdot is, I've never had anything from Hipdot before, but everything that I've heard about Hipdot is that it's like pretty hit and miss, but this is feeling really nice. And then the last one is, ooh, that pressed glitter, which like would be pretty if I wasn't scared about wearing it on my eyes. But it's a black and red glitter. So that's what that looks like. Yeah, and that's pretty exciting. So let's actually start. Let's start with the lip products. And I've got some gloss on, so I'm just going to take that off. We're going to start with the peach shade. This is sheer and sparkly. And it does feel a little bit like gritty. Okay, so that's what that shade looks like. It's honestly not my favorite. I don't know, I like sparkly lip glosses, but I don't really like sparkly lipsticks. Something about it's like very thick on my lips. And it's kind of grainy and kind of sinking into my fine lines. So that one's not my favorite. I have higher hopes for the matte ones, because the matte ones didn't have any sparkle. Okay, we're going to go in with this. It's kind of like a rose red. Or like a muted rose red. That's super pretty. I like that a lot, and it's a matte formula. Take that off. And then the last one, the purple, this is the one I'm going to wear for the rest of the video. Well, if I like it. I'm finding I have to build it up quite a bit. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So I'm a big fan of like cool funky lip colors, so yeah. Next I'm gonna just take some eyeshadow primer and put that on, and then we'll pull into the shadows and see how they go. And I just touched my lipstick. Here we go. Okay, great. That is on, and you know, I'm gonna start with this white shade. They gave us a nice, beautiful white, so I'm just gonna start by popping that in the inner corner. Like that. And I'm gonna pull it up. Okay. Yeah, that's a great white. I have a feeling that all of their shades are actually, just like from the touch, they felt like great quality, which I'm really happy about because I definitely felt like I was taking a risk when I like made this purchase. We're gonna pop into the red over here. Pull that out. And I love how the red and the white are playing together. I'm gonna pop back into the red, or the white, and just like blend that together. Okay. And then we're gonna go for purple on the other side. And I apologize because my mirror is here, it's gonna be harder for you to see what I'm doing on this side, but I'm gonna mimic what I did on this side. I'm just using the purple. I'm gonna try to get the same shape in everything. And pull that white back out to blend them together. That's creating a super fun, like, soft transition in between them. Okay. And then we're just gonna do our lower lash line really quick. Some red down on this one. And I'm taking like a smaller brush to do that. And some purple on this side. Yeah, these are performing great. With the same smaller brush, I'm gonna go into the black and see how well it can layer. I am not shocked. It felt incredibly good. So it's layering up really well. It's looking great. Okay, this is like, it is so much better than I ever thought that it was going to be. This is amazing. I think I like everything so far except for this like nude shiny lipstick. If that had been a lip gloss, like I could have been all over that, but it just sat really funny on my lips as a lipstick. Okay, I'm gonna use that same smaller brush and dip back into the red to go over the edges. If you don't want to lose too much of a color, then when blending, you can go back into the color that you're hoping you don't lose in your eyeshadow and use it to like blend over the other color. Like I'm hoping the black doesn't totally take over the eye look, and so I'm using the purple and the red to blend back into the black. Hope that makes sense. Next we're gonna go with lid shade. I'm gonna try it without a glitter glue first. Oh, did that on the wrong eye. For the red side, I'm gonna actually go with the kind of peachy brown. Pretty good without glitter glue. I think okay. Oh man, not what I was expecting to happen. Okay, and I'm so happy about it, actually. Like, dang. I think I'll shop with a little bit more confidence if Hipdot comes out with anything else that I'm interested in. Because before I was just kind of, you know, I felt like they're a bit of a gimmicky brand because they keep doing gimmicks. But this is actually really nice quality. Okay, so we got the purple with the gold shift on this side with the purple, and then the kind of peachy brown on the red eye. That's looking great, and I could use a glitter glue with it, but I don't feel like I have to. So let's see about this silver. The silver is definitely like the most putty-like consistency, and it also has the largest particle size. So I'm just going to take this and put it in, not in my inner corner, but in the inner third of my eye. So very close to the inner corner, but not quite. And I'm also just going to pull it up into the crease up there a little bit. Fun. That looks great. Okay. The silver is like a little chunky, but it does look really good. I might use a glitter glue with it the next time that I use it, but I prefer to do that just so that I am getting like fallout and stuff, and you don't get as much if you use like a glitter glue. Okay, this looks incredible. So I've used every shade except for the glitter, and that is what it is. We're gonna throw on some mascara, and then we'll do the blush and test out the highlighter, which I'm really excited about. And I actually really like this color story too. And I like it quite a lot for like, you know, it came out at like around Valentine's Day, which is kind of, I know I actually don't know. I watched their official thing. They didn't really mention Valentine's Day at all. So they probably didn't base any of the colors on that, but but you know, nice timing anyways. Okay. All right. I feel like that is looking awesome. It looks really good. So let me grab a blush. We're going to use a Lorac blush. And here's this. Going for like a cool toned kind of mauve. And I like to drag my blush up my cheek and a little across my nose. I am living that life. Okay, great. Now this one. I like really don't want to destroy the embossing. I'm just taking it from like one corner. That is not really picking up. It was a pretty like creamy formula. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna need a different brush. We're gonna try something smaller and a little more precise and aggressive. It's incredibly subtle. Oh no, I'm sorry, your face is. Okay, hold up. I'm trying something else. Oh gosh, destroying the embossing. It's a pretty creamy formula, and so it didn't really pick up on a brush. That looks a lot better. So hopefully you can kind of see that. It's quite subtle. And I've destroyed their faces. Okay, well, that's on. I think that it looks nice and it's quite subtle, but it's definitely very, very creamy, and that like completely destroyed. I thought that the embossing was going to stay kind of for a while because it's such a deep embossing, but it just totally destroyed those two people. So, oops. But yeah, this is the final look. These are my, obviously this is like first impressions, but having worn a lot of eyeshadow and having tried a lot of eyeshadow, I could say that this is definitely a formula that I enjoy, and it's my kind of formula. It has a lot of pigment and a lot of punch. I think that some of the shimmers are a little bit sheer, but if they're placed over a glitter glue, like that's gonna fix that immediately. Like they're very pretty, they just don't have as much base as I'm looking for a lot of the time. I guess I just mean that they're like thin, like even like this brown shade is just like a little bit thin on fingers. I do wish they hadn't included a pressed glitter just because I don't want it near my eye. But yeah, so I feel like overall, shockingly, I liked a lot of this. Not shockingly, like, I mean, obviously I bought it like thinking I would like it, but this is much better quality than I thought that it was going to be when I originally bought it, at least the eyeshadow. And the highlighter is like quite a wearable, nice looking highlighter. I really do like these two darker matte lipsticks. Don't really like this lighter one. I guess we could try layering it because it looked funky on its own. I don't feel like it didn't really make much of a difference. So I think that that's a miss for me, but everything else is really solid. So well done Hipdot and well done Critical Role. Like, this turned out great. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Feel free to subscribe and like, and yeah, bye.